So this is the Dayan Guhong cube, and I'm going to be reviewing it today. And, so this was the cube in my first video. And I'll just start off with some background history. So I got my first Rubik's Cube in 2006, and the bad thing, I guess you could say the bad thing about it is that it was a knockoff brand, so like, this didn't have the Rubik's logo. I just put the Rubik's logo on it recently. But I put a ton of time into this, modifying the pieces to make it turn faster. So you can see all of that work done, and I actually did this with just a knife and some sandpaper, so it took quite a bit of time. The place I did the most work was in the center, and you can see how the center kind of looks like a Guhong center, and how I rounded out the edges and cut off some of the corners. But about a year later, I got a real Rubik's Cube, and this isn't my first one, but this is one I got in Indianapolis, and for some reason this one turns better than others, but you can see how the stickers are worn down, and it was helping my times a little bit, but not too much. And so I went on YouTube and looked up speed cubing, and I found that there was a company called Dayan, and they didn't have the Guhong out. All they had was the Dayan, but I waited about 6 months later. They came out with the Guhong, and I bought it. So this is the Guhong, and as you can see, it turns very well, and I was very impressed with it when I first unboxed it and started solving with it. But I was just learning speed queuing methods back when they released it, so my times were still around 50 seconds to a minute, which is pretty bad. But even now, I still get times around 20 seconds to 30 seconds, which isn't that good. And in my Rubik's Cube solve video, I ran into a lot of situations that I didn't know, so that was one of the reasons why the solve wasn't very good at all. But I haven't done any modifications, and I'll just show you the pieces so that you can see it, and so you can see how well they designed this cube, and how there's tons of dips and curves in it to help it turn well. And this was the first Dayan cube to introduce torpedoes, so that's where it would go, but I don't have any currently. And I'll just give you a look at the inside, the core. And you can see it shining a little bit because I have put a little bit of Lubix into it, just right there in the core, because that's kind of Lubix's motto. It says lube the core, so that's exactly what I did. And I've tensioned this cube a ton of times just to get the right tension, because this Guhong pops a lot. Like, I get 4 pops of every solve, so I tighten the tensions, and I kept on seeing what tension worked best, and I think I finally found it. So, if you're wondering about the Zanchi, I'm planning to get that, and I've heard that it's the best Dayan cube, so I'm planning to get it in the stickerless version. That way I don't have to worry about stickers. And bye.